Hey, what is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video on the My Stock Journey channel. So, as you guys know, I have been making a lot of big updates to my portfolio. It's changed around a lot, and so what I figured I wanted to do was kind of remake a video that I made in the past. So in the past, I made a video basically explaining how much I got paid from dividends from my old portfolio. But I figured since, I have a new portfolio, I have a lot of new holdings, and a lot of my dividend yields have changed up. I figured I'd go back through, I'd re-update, I'd update my entire portfolio on the website that I use, and I just go and see how much I get paid annually, monthly, and daily from, my new portfolio in a sense. So right now our portfolio sitting at about 17,000 roughly. I put another 500 in this week. As you guys know, I typically like to put about 200 to 500 in every week, just kind of depending on how the week's going. And so with that being said, my portfolio has been updated a little bit again. I bought some new holdings, and so we'll go in and we'll see how much I've been making or how much I will be making in the future from my dividends as the dividend dates come, we start getting paid out, and how much that'll add up to every single year, and which we will then reinvest back into the portfolio. So with that being said, we'll make it quick, we'll make it pretty simple, and we'll go ahead and get straight into the video. If you do enjoy this video, don't forget to smash that like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. You can be giving me feedback, maybe a suggestion for future videos or anything like that. I pretty much reply to everything in the comment section. Just give me your ideas, your opinions, or anything like that. Everything is welcome. And if you are new to the channel and you do enjoy this video, don't forget to subscribe and join my team. So first up on the list, we have Apple. So as you guys might have known, I did up my holding in Apple and went from 3.84 shares. We upped it to 5 shares. And so with that being said, my price right now on Apple is at 385 with an average cost at 384.4. So that means we're up a little bit. It'll say it right here. So right now we're up about $4.59. Nothing substantial at all. I have 5 shares and up almost $1. So somewhere around $4, right? The dividend yield on Apple at the moment is 0.85%, meaning that my yield on my cost, of course, is 0.85, which gives me an annual income of $16.53, which honestly is not bad at all. Just, when I look at some of these growth stocks and these stocks that I put my money into, I'm more focused on the growth of them. So whenever I see these dividends, the extra $16 or 0.85%, that's just extra money or extra profit that I'm making every single year. And extra growth, really, because that's not really what I'm focused on, but it is a nice little icing on top of the cake to really seal the deal on some of these stocks. So with Aflac, I have 37.67 shares. The price of Aflac is sitting at 36.22, meaning I'm up a good bit. My average cost is 34.51, so I'm up about $64.42 roughly. The dividend yield for Aflac is 3.09%. My yield was 3.25 because the price was lower when I bought into Aflac. And so since the price was a little bit lower, the percentage of the dividend that I get for the shares I own is going to be a little bit higher, of course, because as the price rises, the dividend yield goes down. And as the price goes down, the dividend yield goes up. And so it's nice to see that my yield on cost is already a little bit better than it would have been had I gotten in a few days later, or a few weeks later, whatever. And so with that being said, my annual income from Aflac is $42.19. Also, before I continue on, if you haven't used this website before, it's trackyourdividends.com. They do have a little faults with the, doing the exact math on how much you're up or down, but honestly, overall, it's a super good website. They, give you obviously how many shares you have, your price, your average cost, profit, loss, dividend yield, yield on cost, and annual income. I really like the yield on cost and the dividend yield because there's a big difference between the two. Like, I might make a certain amount from a stock because my percentage will be a little bit higher if the percentage on the cost that I bought it at is a little bit lower or higher. And they kind of give you like the updated version of that, which is super nice and super nice to see, because if not, it's kind of hard to calculate that. But yeah, no, I'm not sponsored by them or anything. They just do make my life a lot easier. And I figure they can make pretty much anyone's life easier as well. So next up, we have Atmos Energy. I increased my holding to Atmos Energy to almost 8 shares. My price, the price for Atmos Energy right now is $101.06. My average cost is $101.65. So as you can see, I am down about $5. I got in kind of at a bad time, but I honestly don't care, to be honest. Like, I do see this price hitting the 120s, 130s sometime within the next year or so. So it's really not a big deal at all. Yeah, I'm just going to average cost my way down if it does keep going down, or, go up with the momentum and average my way up, I guess. So my current dividend yield for Atmos Energy is 2.28%. My yield on cost is 2.26%. And as you can see, that I get a little bit less of a yield on cost because, like I said, when prices go down, yield percentages go up. As they go up, yield percentages go down. And so with that being said, I make an annual income of about $18.35. Next up, we have Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola, I have 58 shares of. As you guys know, this is one of my favorite companies right now. I do believe that they're going to continue to do well, and that's why I'm going to make them probably one of, if not the biggest, one of the biggest dividend payers in my entire portfolio. Right now, the price of Coca-Cola is $46.82. My average cost is $45.11, meaning that I'm up about $99, coming up on that $100 mark. The dividend yield for Coca-Cola is 3.5%, but my yield on cost is 3.64% just because my average cost is a little bit lower. And that gives me an annual income of $95.12. Next up, we have my absolute favorite stock right now, Microsoft. Microsoft, I have about 9.59 shares. It's coming up on that 10 share mark, which is something I've been looking forward to a lot recently. The price of Microsoft right now is $202.88. My average cost is $198.61. So as you guys know, I am up a good bit, about $40.95. The dividend yield for Microsoft isn't the biggest, but like I said, it's a little bit extra. And so I will take an extra 1.01%, but my yield on cost is 1.03%, which is super nice, which gives me about $19.56 every single year. Next up, we have the oldest holding in my portfolio. This is the oldest big holding that I've ever had. I purchased 62 shares roughly of Stag Industrial probably about 7 or 8 months ago now. And I've kind of just been reinvesting the dividends to get more and more shares. But yeah, the price of Stag Industrial at the moment is $30.19. My average cost is $21.54, which is beautiful. I've gotten a profit of about $554.38 from Stag Industrial, which is absolutely phenomenal. The dividend yield for Stag is 4.77%, but as you can see, my yield on cost is 6.69%. Oh, I can't tell you guys how happy I am with this holding. This holding has literally done everything that I hoped it would, and I can honestly say that it is my favorite and best investment so far, without a doubt. But that 6.69% dividend yield does pay me about $92.29 every single year. Next up, we have the biggest holding in my portfolio, Store Capital, the big man. I have 221.21 shares of Store Capital. The current price of Store Capital is $22.83, but my average cost is only $18.47. I remember at one point my average cost for Store Capital was like $14 or something like that, and it was crazy, but I only had like 20 shares. So as I kind of up my shares, my average cost did go up, but I'm making a lot more money from having more shares, so it's honestly not a biggie. Store Capital gave me a return of about $964.48, and I've only honestly had this holding for maybe like 3 months. So seeing that big of a return that fast is absolutely phenomenal. The dividend yield for Store Capital right now is 6.13%, but my dividend yield is a whopping 7.58% every year. Can I get a hallelujah? But so with that being said, that does pay me $309.69 every year. I believe that comes down to like $74 every 3 months or every period. And so that is very, very nice to see. I absolutely do love that stock. Like, it's one that I'm gonna, one day I'd love to see 500 shares or something like that, something insane, and let that dividend pay me every single year, maybe $600-700 every year. That would be absolutely phenomenal, without a doubt. Next up, we have Tesla. As you guys know, Tesla does not have any dividends, so we're going to go over that one. And last but not least, we have Visa, the newest holding to my portfolio. I have 2.5 shares, which isn't too much, but hey, the current price of Visa is $195.09. My average cost is $194.07. So it's giving me a grand whopping $1 in returns. Beautiful. The dividend yield from Visa is 0.62%, and my yield on cost is 0.62% as well. And so that pays me about $3.08 every single year. So once again, cannot complain. Those type of stocks like Visa, Microsoft, and those ones, Apple up top, it's just extra money I'm getting every year. I'm honestly not too concerned about it. Like, whenever I look at Store or when I look at Coca-Cola, I'm a little bit more concerned about the dividend yield. But when I look at some of these like high growth stocks, I'm not really all that concerned about it. I just feel like that dividend yield is just extra money in my pocket every single year, in which I will reinvest and grow my investment portfolio. But with all that being said, I will go ahead and scroll up, and it'll tell me the math on how much that pays me every single year for my $17,000 portfolio. So we are here, as you see, it's 16,906. I thought it was 17, but not the best mathematician on the planet. But that does pay me right under $600 every single year, just for owning these stocks, just for owning these companies that I have full faith in, I get an extra $600 every single year, and I honestly cannot complain. So that comes out to be about $50 a month on average that I'm getting paid out, and I can't complain. You know, like I say, passive money is my favorite type of money. I don't have to do too much. You know I worked so hard for the money that I invested into this portfolio that it's nice to see that money then creating me more money. That money's working just as hard as I did to make more money. And so with that being said, I cannot complain. The dividend yield of my portfolio is currently 3.53%, but my yield on cost is 3.93%, meaning that I bought these dividend stocks at a really good time because the dividend yield has went down as the prices have went back up. So I got it at a pretty good deal. You know, I'd like to see that hit the 4% range. That's like perfect for me. But I do believe as I increase my holdings in store capital and Coca-Cola, we will see that number reach the 4%, and that will be absolutely amazing. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. This is one that I was looking forward to making. I actually hadn't done any of this math beforehand, and so it was really exciting to see, like, okay, just how much am I getting paid? You know, like I said, I love dividends, and I love the thought of my money making me more money, and I love the thought that one day, say if I want to retire or I want to do other things with my life, that I'll have these assets in which are creating me an income, and which, you know, can pay for maybe travel expenses or just anything like that, my rent or cars, whatever. You know, it's nice to feel as if I worked really hard for my money. You know, I fought or whatever because, you know, I'm an MMA fighter. I went and do all these things to make this money, and that money is now working just as hard as I did to make me more money. And I know, like I said it before, it's such an amazing feeling knowing that the things in this world that can produce you money passively. Because I remember being 16, 15 years old thinking, I don't have a wand. I'm not a magician. I'm not any of these things. I don't know how to make my money make me money. That doesn't sound right. That sounds weird. It sounds scammy. But once you really dive into the world of the stock market and investments, you really genuinely start to understand the processes that it takes and what it takes as an investor to create these passive income routes. And I must say that I've genuinely fallen in love. It's a super strong passion of mine, and I'm very, very happy to be able to share my journey with you guys and to be able to watch and experience your journeys as well. If you guys did like this video, don't forget to drop a like. It helps me out so much. It helps my channel grow. We're hitting over 150 to 200 views per video for the last like 2 or 3 videos, which is absolutely nuts. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not complaining at all. Hopefully we can see some good numbers on this one too. If you do have any comments, feedback, suggestions, anything like that, drop it down in the comment section and I'll reply to you as soon as I see it. And if you are new to the channel and if you stuck through this far, thank you so much. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you are new, and I'll see you next time. Peace.